Okay, so here's today's movie. Up there that's Albert Hall Mansions, and that's where my grandmother lived, and I spent many hours there up in that room there. That's where I watched man land on the moon. And then this is the Albert Hall, and we'll just go across here quickly. And we're going to go up to this monument over here. This is, it's called Prince Albert Monument, I think. And this is in Hyde Park. And those of you that know the Sweat Lodge, I just want you to know how the Sweat Lodge is structured in terms of the masculine and the feminine and how you enter the lodge. But here we go, here's a huge monument here, big sign of colonialism, and on each corner you've got the various areas, but I want you to consider the Sweat Lodge and the entrance into the Sweat Lodge. And if you look down there, you can see what to me looks like a huge sweat lodge. So there would be the entrance into the lodge, and then you'd bring in the stones from the grandfathers, and this really is just kind of huge. Do you see that, love? See my vision there?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So here we have Pocahontas here in the flesh.
Stop it.
What do you think of this, love?
No, stop it. I want to just ground in the moment of being here.
Oh gosh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, let me just walk around this quickly.
You do your...
So here are the pillars. So this must be Malaysia. Yeah. What did it say? There we go. Malaysia. It says it up there. I mean, this is a fucking monument. And then around here they talk about all the kind of the academic education side of things. And if you look on top of the Albert Hall there, around there they have something similar. So education is a huge part of power. And here we're coming up to Africa. There's a representation of the Khoisan, and then going up to Egypt. But the British Empire, they were something. So this is Africa. So we've got Asia down there, Africa here, and you can see how this has created sacred space and ritual. I used to come here as a little kid. I actually got lost in this park. My dad brought me and my sister here, and he lost both of us. I must have been about 3, and my sister 1 or 2, or maybe I was 4. And people exercising there. And here we go with the Americas. So you can see the buffalo and the bison. Yeah. So that would be Canada. Yeah. Do you want to add anything, love?
No, it's okay.
Huh? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Very posh there, love. Okay. Okay, so if you look up there, it says, for a life of devotion to the public good. So there is a huge part of this where people want to do good. It's just the projection of what that good looks like, which is a challenge. So here we're coming back to the Albert Hall again, and here we have Europa, or Europe. And yeah, so here's a huge monument, and as part of the facilitation training and the leadership training, I want you to think about architecture and knowledge, and how these institutions create knowledge and culture that have gone out and colonized the world, and how the spirit of Ubuntu, or Native American wisdom, has been taken and moved into modern day psychology. So if you look at Jung and William James, who's the father of American psychology, and you'll all know Carl Jung, their trips to Native American tribes and to African culture and to getting in touch with the ancestors and the archetypes and things like that really have influenced Western psychology. So here we are using technology to communicate and educate, and yeah. So let me just honour my grandmother Mimsy, who is up there in Albert Hall Mansions, and then my spirit of a little 4-year-old David running around there, sitting on my grandmother's lap, beating her fat tummy, which was her drum. And she used to tell me a story of the little old lady who went to market and bought a pig. And the whole story was how she needed to get home, take the pig home to cook her old man's supper. Maybe I'll tell you that story another time. Tia, do you want to say anything, love? Tia's my queen. You want to say anything?
No, not really. I was just thinking about I was just thinking about honouring all those parts that may come up during these times, because this, it kind of does represent many nations, but it also represents colonising.
You're quite moved, eh?
Yeah. I'm also moved by your story. I mean, the stories, play a big part, don't they, in our lives? So, it's really food for thought on this rainy day.
You're speaking very poshly.
Yeah,
Food for thought.
Yeah, no, it's it's quite sacred. I mean, it's sacred ground, isn't it? So it just reminds me to look at my inner sacred ground, Anyway, enjoy your Sunday. We're enjoying ours.
Oh fuck, I forgot to hit record.
Oh dear, never mind.